What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF back with another video, man. How's everybody doing today? Got plenty to talk about, but before we start, man, really quick, this video is sponsored by Prize Picks, man. Daily fantasy made extremely easy. Make sure if you guys are joining up to type in that promo code DTLF, man, and let's get it popping. All right. Rumors, okay, trade talk, roster updates, all of that in today's video. I'm gonna try to make it as quick as possible so we can, cover everything and answer your questions. But tons of trade rumors all over the web. Listen, according to multiple reports, Russell Westbrook there's still a chance he could be dealt. The Lakers are trying diligently to move him. And so the only thing that might be holding the trade that back between Houston and the Lakers is that first overall draft pick. But how's everybody feeling, man? I'm nervous. I know, Thursday NBA trade deadline ahead of time. It's going to be wild. And of course, join me here for the trade deadline special with yours truly. I can't wait to cover that, man. How y'all feeling? What's up, Tasia? What's up, B. Jorn? What's up, Kobe? Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. What's new? We got a lot to talk about. What's up, Laker girl? How y'all doing, man? Much love. Check it out. Lots to cover today. All right. So let's start with the rumor of the day, obviously. Russell Westbrook and what's going to happen with him. Apparently, everybody up in the Lakers organization is trying desperately to unload him. They've been working the phones. There's a slim chance he gets unloaded before the trade deadline on Thursday. But what could be holding up this trade is the 2027 overall first-round pick for John Wall, right? Along with Russ. So now, question is, if we throw a protection on that pick, do you guys do it? I know we already talked about this before, but really quick, just want to run down that rumor. Now, here's an interesting quote from LeBron James. Today, he was, a reporter asked him if the Lakers need to make a move ahead of the NBA trade deadline. And he says, and I quote, "If there's an opportunity to get better, then you explore those options. If not, then you rock with what you got." Sounds to me like LeBron is ready to make a deal as well, man. So what do you guys think of these latest comments, man? I know a lot of people just want to do it. They just want to get rid of Russell Westbrook. Listen, the man got booed. I don't feel like he's taking enough accountability. Debatable. Some people think he took accountability because he admitted he played like crap. But I think it's pretty obvious that you played like crap, right? When the fans were booing and cheering for you to say no. They were basically saying no every time you were about to shoot a three. So I think that's rock bottom for him. There was no other way to do that. But I'll say this. Thanks, Sherry. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. God bless. God bless. But I will say the only thing I don't like about him, and this is what I mean by no accountability, is the fact that he lashes out on the reporters because they're just doing their job and asking him questions, right? And he deflects and he says, "What y'all want me to say?" and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just say you're going to get better and get in the gym and work harder. That's it, man. Let your game do the talking. That's what I would do if I was him. But hey, it is what it is. I'm over it. All right, next thing. Couple quick roster updates for tomorrow's game. I know the game is tomorrow. I think it's versus the Bucks, right? I haven't checked the schedule exactly. I think it's versus the Bucks. It's going to be a tough one. He said Frank Vogel and Carmelo Anthony. He's going to be out tomorrow. I know that. So who knows when he returns? We do know that he's out tomorrow. So there's that. That's not good. And then a little update on Kendrick Nunn. Frank Vogel says still not really ramped up where he's close to playing. So I'm not even sure if we're going to see him at this point this season. So that's the bad news, right? Thanks, Tasia. Appreciate you. And then finally, Dwight Howard missed practice today with the sore back. His status for tomorrow's game is uncertain. So you have that as well. So all in all, I will say that we're injured, obviously. Good thing we have LeBron. AD's been playing phenomenal like a monster, shooting over 50% from the field, averaging around 30 points, 10 rebounds, a couple of blocks. He's feasting, guys. He's feasting. What's up? Shout out to France Christian. So I'm happy to have him back. Obviously, Malik Monk showing that he could be our third star now and for the future if given the opportunity. Now let's talk about some trade rumors, all right? Because that's what everybody here came for. Obviously, again, trade deadline around the corner at Thursday. I think it's around 12 p.m. Pacific or Eastern. I'm not sure if it's 12 Pacific or Eastern. So we will be here for that hour, man. We will be talking about all those potential trades and stuff. But there's teams having a fire sale. It looks like Portland is officially having a fire sale. Not only did they get robbed and ripped off by the Clippers, but now they're trying to get rid of CJ McCollum, all right? And the Knicks have emerged as a legitimate suitor. That's an interesting piece. I would not mind a CJ McCollum. I know people will say we don't have any assets, blah, blah, blah. But after looking at the fire sale they just had with the flippers, I say if they want to be fair, they listen to our offer at the very least. All right. So you got CJ McCollum. Whoever comes out with him is going to be really lucky because he's a ideal combo guard. Now, you're talking about Marvin Bagley from the Kings. Apparently, the Kings are desperate to get rid of him. So there's that, right? And he's a name I'm interested in. I feel like he's been underdeveloped. He has a world of potential. Again, drafted ahead of Luka and Trae Young, which wasn't a good pick by the Kings, obviously. But he still has a world of potential, and he's going to have a chip on his shoulder. Why not? If we trade for him, new scenery, fresh start, and the best fan base in the world, I would like to see Harrison Barnes. I wonder if they are going to trade him as well. Haven't heard much about him, but let's see what else. Obviously, it says the Hawks are linked to CJ McCollum. Who would you guys like to see? It turns out Dennis Schroeder's on the trade block once again. So Karma's coming all the way back to get him. He thought he was going to have a home there in Boston. They don't even want him. What about Justin Holiday from the Pacers? I mean, that's a realistic option for sure. I would not mind having this 3-and-D type player. He has good size. He's a guard, so I wouldn't mind. And you could play him at the wing too with his size. So why not? Right? Why not? My boy said, go after CJ. We need a starting 2 guard. Well, I would say that we don't need a starting 2 guard because Malik Monk is like a poor man CJ McCollum for now. He could become a rich man CJ McCollum in the future. Remember, he's only 23, so he hasn't reached his peak yet. But I would not mind having him. Heck, if I bring CJ McCollum into the Lakers by some miracle, we're able to trade for somebody like that, I would put him at the point guard. Obviously, hopefully we don't have Russ by then. I would put him at the point guard and have him play off guard when LeBron holds the ball because he could do that. Come off screens, shoot shots. He's a versatile player, and he can handle the rock a little bit. So he'd be my starting point guard alongside Malik Monk and LeBron James and AD and Stanley Johnson. That would be awesome, man. That would really change the dynamic of this team. Now you got all kinds of shooters in the perimeter like CJ and Malik to go with LeBron and AD. That's scary, He said Fox and Bagley for Russ and TC. Now, that's not going to happen. Now, about Russell Westbrook, all right? Russell Westbrook could be traded, but I told you guys a special scenario would have to arise. Well, there's 2 special scenarios I'm looking at very closely. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's a clip circulating around the web where Julius Randle smacked the laptop off of one of his, I'm not sure if it was coaching staff or analytics department. He was showing him something on the laptop, and Randle wasn't having it. He smacked it. I think the Knicks are going to be pressed to try to get rid of him because he could be considered a locker room cancer, right? He's somebody I'd look extremely close to, and if they want another guard, maybe we could, do Julius Randle and some fillers for Russell Westbrook, and then I would consider throwing in that first-round pick because people don't understand. They say, "Oh, well, Julius he's got a bad he's got attitude problem." Listen, if he gets traded back to LA, that might just be the thing to humble him. And maybe he comes in here and does some damage. I could see him playing the 4 to AD's 5 or vice versa. You could play small ball 5 with Julius, whatever the case may be. We'd have 3 bullies in the paint. LeBron, Randle, and Anthony Davis. Oh, and by the way, all 3 of them are capable floor spacers. So this is why I've been mentioning him. I know a lot of people don't like him because they have bad memories of him with the Lakers and being sloppy and not winning a lot. But he's became an all-star since then. So listen, people don't get my vision, but my vision is 3 bullies in the paint and 2 shooters on the outside. Let's do it, man. I will really do it. What's up, Chris? Going good, brother. It's been going good, man. I am blessed. I feel happy, man, to be able to bless others as well. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Yes, sir. That'd be crazy, right? So that's my suggestion, trade idea. You look at a desperate team like the Knicks, who obviously have been losing a lot as well. They might be able to, roll the dice on a Russell Westbrook. And if you have to throw in something to sweeten the deal, you do. They don't want Cam Reddish, according to rumors as well. That's something else I wanted to talk about. Now, if you don't want Cam Reddish, listen, we'll throw in THT. You bring back Cam Reddish this way. Because Cam Reddish is a nice little 3-and-D guy who's been underdeveloped as well with the Hawks. I really don't know why the Hawks traded him in the first place. And bring that ass here, because let me tell you something. Cam Reddish would be nice under Frank Vogel and the Lakers. They like defenders. They like potential defenders. And he's a bucket too. That would be nice, man. He said, facts, give us Cam Reddish for THT. I would do it. I would do it. I would do it. And I love THT, but we're not going to utilize him properly here under Frank Vogel. Maybe he shines in New York. Maybe he doesn't. That would be, to be determined. But there's so many options right now on the trade deadline. And I feel it, guys. You guys know when I get a gut feeling that the Lakers are going to do something, I just have this gut feeling that we might do something to put us back on the map or to secure us becoming an official playoff contender. I just feel it. And like I said, if it ain't in the trade deadline, which I think it will be, then hopefully we do it during the buyout market time, right? But listen, there's options. People say, don't listen to the rumors. Half of the rumors aren't true. But one thing I do know is some of the rumors are true. And I know that some teams are having fire sales. Some teams are desperate, like the Knicks. And other teams just, they might be willing to roll the dice on somebody like Westbrook or somebody like THT and Nunn, especially that first round pick. Don't be fooled by the casuals out there that tell you that doesn't have any value. That first round pick is going to have a shit ton of value moving forward. Trust me. If the Lakers can hold on to it, they will. They can put a pick protection on it. They definitely will. But if they can't, then if we have to trade them for the right piece, let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Now, again, that just covers the rumor department. If you guys want to talk about a specific rumor, go ahead and drop it in the chat right now. I'd love to know if I missed any potential rumors you guys are interested in. But so far, that's about where we're at. We're pretty much caught up. If anything changes, you know where to find me. Tasia says, Dan, did you hear about the 3-way trade that sent Russ back to the Wizards? Yeah, I heard about the scenario. And again, there's going to be potential trade deals that might happen in the end. There's teams willing to take gambles out there. Not everybody can be a winner. That's one thing you have to understand. Some teams will be all right with just selling tickets. Russell Westbrook, we can call him everything in the book, but at the end of the day, Russell Westbrook to a small market team will still sell tickets. And sometimes that's what it's all about. Gary Trent Jr., I think his price is going to be extremely high, but if we can get a Gary Trent Jr., I'm cool with it, even though I don't feel like we need another guard unless you play him at the point guard or you have Malik Monk and him in the backcourt. Again, floor spacing I'm open to just because it helps LeBron James and AD operate on more one-on-one scenarios in the paint rather than going one-on-two, one-on-three. Having Russ out there clogs up the paint because everybody sags off of him knowing he can't shoot, and they clog up the paint, right? Clearly, there's 5 people on the court. So if this is a perimeter and they're sagging away, guess what? It's going to be more crowded in the paint. What you want to do is you want to pull out. You want to have them guard your shooters. You want to have multiple shooters so that there's more breathing space and there's more lanes to attack the basket. LeBron one-on-one can take anybody to the hole. Same thing with AD in the post. He can, drop step, spin move, turn around, jump shot. There's so many options. So that's what we got to do. Surround LeBron and AD with more shooters. Somebody said we need more ball handling. I disagree. We got plenty. Malik Monk can be a ball handler at times. If Kendrick Nunn ever stays and comes back healthy, he can be that off the bench. But LeBron James should always be our primary ball handler all the time. PJ Washington, I don't mind him either, but what's his contract looking like? I haven't really looked at his contract like that. I would not mind a PJ Washington or a John Collins would be nice. Yes, I want to have the old formula that has always won us championships, having twin towers, okay? Pau Gasol, Andrew Bynum, twin towers, all right? Dwight Howard and Anthony Davis, that one championship, twin towers. So that's the formula. This small ball crap or putting too much pressure on AD or LeBron to play big, I don't like that. Go out and get us another big. Again, I like Marvin Bagley, underrated. I wouldn't mind Willie Cauley-Stein, and I definitely wouldn't mind Miles Turner if he was healthy, assuming, the hairline fracture is not a big deal. Or even Jeremy Grant if we want a 3-and-D wing. But again, he doesn't want to be a winner. He wants to get paid. So there's different, but he's a sub, Dan. How you been? It's Super Bowl week. Yes, sir. Super hype. Subscribe to my second channel, Primetime TV. All right. It's under the homepage on this channel. You will see it under the featured channels. It's right there. So go ahead and subscribe. I'm making my famous chilies very easy. 2 ingredients. Anybody can do it. So easy a caveman can do it. And no, I'm not sponsored by Geico, but I'm telling you right now, go subscribe. You're not going to regret it, man. The chili by itself is worth it. Everything else on the channel, even better, man. Is it Tony Snell or Larry Nance? Oh, there's another name. If they're having a fire sale, I really want the Lakers to inquire about Larry Nance. Thank you for the suggestion, Jalen. I would love to have Larry Nance. How are we feeling, Laker Nation, about a potential 6'8", 6'9" guy who can block shots, rebound, and plays his heart out Exactly the type of player that fits this winning culture that we're trying to continue to build. Larry Nance Jr. doesn't even need the ball in his hands to be effective. This guy, he does everything else. It catches lobs and does all the dirty work. My only concern about him is he's been injured throughout his career. But if he can stay healthy, I like him a lot. And if we can get him on pennies to the dollar like the flippers, then I'm definitely looking at that. Do you think we have enough for Sabonis or Wood? I'm not sure either of those two players get traded. I'm not sure. Dan, we need Marcus Smart. That's another good option. That is another good option. I liked him since college, to be honest with you. He plays extremely hard. I just, obviously I'm not a Celtic fan, so I don't really watch him that much. But when I have seen him play, Marcus Smart is a nice 3-and-D guy, and he even runs some point guard. I mean, he's really, really solid, man. I'm shocked there. He's even on trade market. I'm shocked. I want Dame to the Lakers. Adriana is thinking big now. Now I'll say this: Damian Lillard to the Lakers is a long shot, but it would be a dream come true if that ever happened, for obvious reasons, right? But I am curious what's going to happen I think since Dame is most likely out for the rest of the season, if CJ McCollum gets traded, I think this offseason you will see a blockbuster trade with Damian Lillard involved. And then I would love for the Lakers to get involved somehow. I don't know how, but if we can get involved, that would be awesome. But other than that, man, did I touch on the John Wall rumor? I did. I think the only thing holding back that John Wall rumor right now is that first-round pick. If we relinquish that, then guess who's pocketing that pick, and they'll make the trade, right? Love your content detail. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man. Much love to y'all, man. Y'all keep showing love. Oh, and by the way, when I'm done with this video, I'll be on the second channel submitting my daily fantasy, entries. So go ahead and follow me on that one if you guys want to follow along, man. Let's try to win some money together. He said Murray from the Spurs for Russ and their center. Oh no, we know Greg Popovich hates the Lakers. There's no way in hell he's making a trade with us. I'd be shocked. I mean, we were interested in DeRozan when he was there. They wouldn't even pick up the phone. I think we were interested in LaMarcus before all the injuries. And again, they were not interested. So, Dan, what do you think about CJ? I would love CJ. Again, in a perfect world, we bring in CJ McCollum. Let's say we give up Kendrick Nunn, THT, and a first-round pick for CJ. If they're having a fire sale, they will accept that trade because it includes a first-round pick, some young talent, and a serviceable player, right? CJ McCollum, I actually play him at the 1 or the 2 alongside Malik Monk, who's been killing it. And then you got LeBron at the 3, at the 4 Stanley Johnson, and at the 5 AD till we get another big to replace Stanley Johnson in the star lineup. But I would love that because the floor spacing will be OPZ, man. I'm talking about smacking threes left and right. And not only that, but it again, the floor spacing, it just opens up. It's like when you're sick and you're congested and you drink your medicine and it just opens up your pores, man. And so I think the Lakers there's too much congestion in the paint because of Russell Westbrook. This is why I would take him out of the starting lineup. People try to remove actual centers and big men from the starting lineup. That's not the solution to me, He says, should we trade for Spencer Dinwiddie? You know what, Jamar? That's a good question. Spencer's a nice little combo guard, but he's been injured lately, man. I'm not sure if he's going to be up to par. I feel like we kind of be in the same train. Now, he's been playing, but he doesn't look the same. This is why they want to trade him. The last thing I want to do is trade Kendrick Nunn and return, get another potential Kendrick Nunn in return. That's my only question mark. But if he was healthy, hands down, he would be perfect, man. He would be perfect. He said, Lakers going to win the chip. I hope so. We got a long way to go, man. We got a long way to go. We got to make moves. We have to. There's so much we will have to get right for that to become a reality. But I hope so, man. Lou Dort or Kelly Oubre? I'm not sure. Now, listen. Do you guys think Lou Dort is worth another first-round pick? Because that might be a way to pry him away from the Thunder. Remember, they're tanking anyways. But I would love Lou Dort. That's not a bad option at all. He's one of the better defenders in this league, and he can score from time to time. So, yeah, he reminds me of an extremely poor Andre Iguodala in his prime, because obviously in his prime, Andre was an all-star. He was an offensive beast, slasher. But obviously Dort is not the same. But defensively, kind of reminds me of his body type and his play style a little bit. I would not mind, But you know what? Maybe a first round pick entices the Thunder. They love collecting those. They're collecting those like Infinity Stones. They just keep adding them. So maybe that's what it takes. Thibault from the Sixers. I'd throw in a second round pick for Thibault. Why not? But they're an actual contender, so I don't think they get rid of that type of player. What's your perfect scenario? My perfect scenario, to be honest with you, would be like a CJ McCollum type. But my number one perfect scenario would be getting rid of Russell Westbrook and getting serviceable returns. Why? Because I think right now Russell Westbrook stands in the way of us actually competing. All right, we're so much better whenever he's off the court, and there wouldn't be no ego tripping. If like they've talked about that Knicks trade with Evan Fournier, Kemba Walker, and Alec Burks, I do that in a heartbeat. Even if we have to include our first round pick, because at least we're getting serviceable players in return, unlike with John Wall. Now, I would still make it a top 10 protected. If I'm the Lakers, if they want Russell Westbrook, they want to give us those three instead of Julius, they can get the first round pick included, but it would have to be top 10 protected, in my opinion. But whatever, best case scenario, we get rid of Russell Westbrook. Better case scenario, we actually get a star type player like CJ, or even like I said, Randle. I know people are going to be tripping off the Randle scenario, but trust me when I say I believe it would truly work out. All right. Randle's extremely tough in the paint. He's a bully. And he's gotten better since he left us. So you'd be getting a finished product, fully developed, 18 points per game, 8 to 10 rebounds a night, maybe a block here and there. And just a beast, And people say he needs the ball in his hands, but he's also a dirty work type player. So I don't mind adding him at all. I think people are underestimating the fact that he's just a bull in the paint. So we could use another one of those. You can never have too many of those, especially in the playoffs when the game gets more grimy and you got to get big and you got to get strong. Imagine having two bullies like AD, three bullies, AD, LeBron, and Julius. No, but who's going to want to see us in a 3-game series, right? In a 7-game series? And then on top of that, you would have a shooter like Malik Monk, maybe Melo out there, guys like that, and you no longer have the problem of Russell Westbrook. That is another dream scenario. But again, whatever the Lakers can do to get better, I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. Hey, Dan, I'm still depressed over the Flippers game. Nah, I'm not no more, man. I got over it. It is what it is. We lost, but guess what? We still have a tied record, and hopefully we overtake them in a little bit. Now, we got to beat the Milwaukee Bucks. That's going to be an extremely tough game, but I feel good about having LeBron James. All right, and Anthony Davis is back to playing prime ball. So if we can slow down the Greek Freak and prevent anybody else like Drew Holiday from having a superstar type game, even though they're not superstars, then that would be huge, man. Obviously, Chris Middleton, guys like that. But we'll get into that a little bit more later, tomorrow, actually, when we do pregame. But again, Thursday, guys, Thursday officially will be the trade deadline. Very excited for this, man. Rumors flying left and right. Now, these are the rumors that are more believable. I told you guys I always wait to the final week to see what happens, man. And we're hearing stuff left and right. Look, Wizards would love Sabonis. Like I'm saying, we don't know who's going to trade who or who's going to end up where, but my eyes are peeled open. And anything happens, you know where to find me. Now, I want to ask Laker Nation this, and I know it's not Laker related, but I'm curious. James Harden and supposedly Philadelphia and the Nets are having talks. Does James Harden get dealt before the trade deadline? I say no. I'd be shocked if he does, but I've been hearing rumors where Philly would be willing to budge, assuming they get James Harden back, right? Obviously. So that would be interesting. That would be the biggest blockbuster in the trade deadline in a while. So I don't expect it to happen, but I kind of want it to happen just to see what happens. Listen, James Harden and Joel Embiid will be good probably at first, but as soon as they start playing hero ball and you're going to start hearing complaints about who needs the ball more and this and that, I would love to see that, man. That would be nice. Two very ego-driven players, very talented, but that would be fun to watch. He said Gary Trent and Goran Dragic for Westbrook. Whew, in a heartbeat, bro, on our side, but they're not doing that. Realistically, they're not doing that at all. At all. Any final questions before I get off, though? Just wanted to make a quick update video. So we talked about the trade rumors. We talked about realistic ones for the Lakers. We talked about the roster updates for tomorrow's game, the injuries and all that. No Melo, no, obviously Kendrick Nunn still not close, and all of that. And now if you guys have any final questions for me before I get off, because I got to go submit these fantasy picks. But pretty much we covered everything. He said LaMelo Ball just replaced KD as in. Oh yeah, congratulations to LaMelo being a first-time All-Star. I read it right before I came on live. So congrats, man, to LaMelo. He said, I know it's a long shot, but if we could get Dame, bro, it's an extremely long shot. I'm talking around the world type shot. It's yeah. He said that's not much the Lakers can do at the trade deadline. We don't have the assets. We will be active in the buyout market. We'll see, Ricardo. We will see, but I really hope you're wrong. I really hope the Lakers put it together, man, and they're able to make a deal. Listen. If the Lakers can really, the Lakers might have to budge a little bit, but I think if there's a taker for Russell Westbrook, he'll be traded before the trade deadline. And again, if we can land some sort of a player from a team that's selling, then that's your targets. Guys like CJ should be targeted. Guys like that in general. Karis LeVert just got traded. I think that was a great trade for the Cavs, by the way, because they already look good this season. Now they add another bucket getter like that to go with Darius Garland, who's been hooping. I would really make calls about Colin Sexton if I'm the Lakers, because there's been rumors a long ago that Colin doesn't fit with the Cavs and they're not going to want to pay him. So, but that's just me. We'll see what happens, guys, moving forward. Now, again, if you guys do fantasy draft and you guys want to follow me on my second channel, Primetime TV, go ahead and check that out. I'm about to do fantasy draft picks before the games start early. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in on this one, man. Always a pleasure. Again, thank you so much to my sponsorship, Prize Picks. And I'll see you guys if any trade happens, or if not, I'll see you guys pregame tomorrow. All right, guys. Peace out. Have a good rest of your day.